Hello there, St. Luke's. It's good to be back with you all for this midweek message. Sitting here, seems like as usual, on Thursday morning, February 1st, having come off of yet another wonderful evening Bible study. We did chapter 12 and 13 of Romans last night. We had to sort of speed through these last four chapters, but we're going to work through them, and we're gonna finish the book. So thank you all who have been participating, both in person and online, and we're grateful for that. It's been encouraging to me. I've learned more myself each time we go through the book, and I trust that some of these great theological concepts, like law and gospel and justification by faith, and all of these sort of important and crucial theological concepts, I trust that if you've been going through with us, you have had a little bit more awareness, a little bit more understanding, and that can only be to the good, because the more we understand, the more we digest the Word of God, the more it becomes part of who we are and continues to form us, to shape us, and to edify us. And so thank you for all of those who've been participating. Also, thank you all for those of you who were able to come to our annual meeting this past Sunday. If you weren't able to make it, we do have the booklet, which is what the major sort of output for the meeting. We had some business to take care of, but suffice it to say, the booklet that sort of outlines all of the various things that we have undertaken this past year and some of the sort of ideas for the future is available for you. We will have it linked on the website, but also we have copies available in the entrances of the church, and you can always come by the office and get one. And we'd love for you to avail yourself of that if you haven't already seen it, because you could see just the sort of array of living, the way that this church is alive and spiritually vibrant, and it's just a joy. It's a joy to be a part of, and it's a joy to participate, not just simply help lead, but to participate in the life of St. Luke. So if you did miss our annual meeting, you missed three announcements that perhaps you may not have heard already. I wanted to reiterate them, and they are two exciting ones and one, they're all exciting, one's slightly bittersweet. So I'll begin with that one, is that our curate for family ministry, Patrick Weber, is, as some of you know, has been in the discernment process for studying to become a priest, and there was we had hoped when we brought him here that there was a program that was going to run in conjunction with Columbia International University that was going to allow him to do his theological studies here in-house with me and Kelly. Well, that program no longer exists, and so the only option available to him is to leave us and go to a 3-year residential seminary. So we, as bittersweet as that is for us, we, as I said on Sunday, are excited about seeing this young man, Danielle, and his family join the ranks of the clergy, and therefore strengthen our church. And so we have not seen the last of him. He will now just simply transfer to be our St. Luke seminarian, and so we will stay in touch with him. We will support him, pray for him weekly. We will hopefully welcome him back as a seminarian intermittently to fill us in on what's going on. And so that is somewhat bittersweet, albeit exciting in the long term, because he came here with the expectation of doing seminary, and this is just the way he's going to have to undertake it. So we have already in the works. We are not going to have a vacancy, God willing, and but we want to let that settle in. But stay tuned, because we have plans to announce, hopefully shortly, going forward, what our plans for the discipleship and family ministry will be. But for a moment, let us just be grateful. So if you see Patrick and Danielle, give them a hug and make sure they know that we are going to stay in touch, because we have not seen the last of them, and look forward to watching him continue to grow and mature and be trained to be a priest in the Anglican Church. Okay, that is the one. The second is that we were excited to announce that we have reworked some of the job descriptions of the staff, and our parish administrator, Jessica Maples, is now going to be have a dual role as the executive administrator and the director of women's ministry. So we are so excited, and as I said on Sunday, very humbled that she would want to come and offer her sizable gifts and substantial experience to this position here at St. Luke's. So stay tuned. She is going to be working into this over the next couple of months, but we couldn't be happier about that, and we are just blessed by her sort of joining the team, as it were. So there we go. And then finally, I'm going to link to this video. I'm going to put this video at the end, but the St. Luke's Foundation, with the substantial work of John Wigington and Wendy Corbett, and I believe that's am I forgetting someone? John Evans, excuse me. We have put together a testamentary giving program. I'll let Wiggy explain more to you about you, but suffice it to say, we are excited about this opportunity for people to leave something in their will or in some capacity to the ongoing work of the gospel proclamation here at St. Luke's. And as I mentioned on Sunday, it is always such a joy for me to see the multi-generations of gifts that people have given that had no idea of who I was going to be, or who you perhaps even were 100 years ago, perhaps not necessarily in this church, but well, our chalices are 100 years old. But in various churches where we have people who are giving to the work of generations that they will never see until glory, but that is such a wonderful sermon. It's an enduring sermon that lasts and echoes down through the ages, that something that you can give now will be helpful for my great-grandchildren's children, if they, by God's grace, still live somewhere near in the Low Country. But at any rate, you'll hear more about that at the end of this video. So those are the big three announcements, other than the just joyful celebration of all of the provision, the financial provision the Lord has inspired you all to join with here, provide for us here at St. Luke's, the people, the staff. It was just a wonderful day, a sweet spirit, and I'm very grateful to have been get to preside over such a happy and joyful annual meeting. So this week, I want to just draw your attention to a few announcements before we go. We have our February BMOC meeting on Monday. This will be February 5th, so upcoming. We're welcoming the Reverend Zach Nash, who is a military chaplain. You see a theme sort of developing a little bit here, but he is a friend of both mine and Kelly's, and he has a very interesting ministry. He is the chapel over the Charleston Air Force Base and the Navy Weapons Station. And he has done extensive work sort of counseling and working with, in particular, drone pilots. And so I think some of you might find that very interesting. So please come, bring a friend. As always, it'll be a wonderful time of fellowship, some input. I think Bill Peacher is speaking about the church mouse, and then we'll hear from Zach, and it will be just a wonderful and edifying event as always. So please come, mark your calendar, February 5th. Also, February 11th, we are beginning our Discovery class, and as I said before, this is a class that it serves as our adult confirmation class. So if you haven't been confirmed, please join the class. This is a deep dive information class about St. Luke's, and in particular Anglicanism. So if you're new to Anglicanism and new to St. Luke's, this is a class for you. And it's also a class for anyone who just simply wants to have a refresher, a theology refresher, church history refresher, a little bit of, get to know me and Kelly a little bit better, a more intimate setting. So right now, I think we're up around 20 people who have signed up already, and so we can handle. It's going to be held in the sanctuary, so we can handle as many as we can handle a lot. So please consider that. And join us. It will run at the same time as the Rector's Forum, and both will be recorded. So if you miss one, you can flip flop. You can always watch the Rector's Forum on later when you're out and about. So there we go. And then finally, just mark your calendars. Next week is the final Romans study. We'll be concluding Romans. The week after that, the Wednesday will be Ash Wednesday. We'll have 3 services on Ash Wednesday. You'll hear more about that. And then during Lent, mark your calendars, we will have our second annual Lenten speaking series. And our first speaker will be our own Bishop Chip. He is coming on February 21st to be our speaker, the theme of which this season is a living sacrifice. So that will be part of our Lenten devotion and Lenten emphasis this year at St. Luke's. Okay, well, there's a lot more that could be said that I won't say, although I could, I guess, keep going. But at any rate, we're excited. There's a great sense of joy, and are looking forward to a sort of a meaningful, and powerful, and profound Lenten season just a few weeks away. So please join with us in any and all of the various activities going on here at St. Luke's. And until we see you again, take care and God bless. All right, so I'll leave it here with Wiggy about the St. Luke's Foundation and our testamentary giving.
Go ahead.
Good morning, St. Luke's. My name is John Wigington, and I have the honor today to make a very special announcement to you. Over the recent months, your vestry and the Stewardship Committee and the St. Luke's Foundation Committee have been meeting, and I'm very excited and passionate about what I'm about to announce. In 2024, there'll be a new initiative to start the St. Luke's Anglican Legacy Fund. What is a legacy fund? Well, let's talk about giving. There's two types of giving. There's today giving, which is your annual pledge. It's the 2024 tithes and offerings and pledges that you make daily, weekly, monthly, and throughout the year of 2024. There's also giving for that day when we go to be with the Lord. And so what is the St. Luke's Anglican Church Giving Fund? It is a fund called a planned giving fund. It allows you in your will, in your beneficiary documents, in your trust, to name St. Luke's Anglican Church and your estate planning, and it will benefit St. Luke's for the future generations. As you look around this beautiful building today, it's your faithful generosity and generosity of people in this community and in our church since 1967 have been giving generously to provide us with the opportunity to do the extraordinary ministry we're doing today. God is at work in St. Luke's Church, and we want to make sure that the generation ahead, 10 years from now, 25 years from now, we'll be able to sustain the awesome work that God is doing here at St. Luke's Church. There'll be a lot of details and announcements coming soon about this St. Luke's Legacy Fund. We're going to have educational meetings. We're going to have resources available to share with your family as you make these decisions and pray about your generosity, and things to share with your accountant, with your attorney to review, so you can name St. Luke's Church as part of your overall plan. And just remember this in closing. I carry a little card in my wallet, and it's called the Treasure Principle. And what does the Treasure Principle basically say? You can't take it with you, but you can send it ahead. Jesus says in the Gospels to lay up treasures in heaven. And my friends, this is a great way to do that in 2024 and in the generations to come. Thank you.